Hey. Okay, right. We are going to build ourselves some thumbnails. It's going to be great. So I'm just trying to get my audio sorted. Give me a second. I think that'll do. Okay, right. Yeah, let's get us some thumbnails set up, shall we? Actually, 1 second. Audio input capture. Create default. Won't show it. Okay, never mind. So we are going to do the Robot Wars one. This will probably... So I've got a Robot Wars one here, and then we've got another one over there that's going to be a bit more exciting. I'll start it up as soon as you can see it. Hello everyone. Did just try and go live, all went wrong, so we're going to try again, basically. You have to like double click on Skyrim, which I always think is a bit weird, and then you just escape out of this. Hello. 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 How does everyone feel about that? Yeah, I tried to live stream it and it didn't work. So we'll be creating a thumbnail for this too. I'm not going to do that one right now. We'll do the Robot Wars one first. Got to keep you guessing. Got to keep you interested, and then we'll do...
Keyboard warrior over here, ready to live it up.
Also, it's a completely different microphone. Let me just have a look at something. If I turn that off, are you still... Oh wait. That didn't sound very good, did it? Okay. We can turn that off. There we go. You should still be able to hear me, and I can still do some stuff. I will just quickly check. And then we'll get started. In fact, I will preemptively open Photoshop, because Photoshop takes a little while. Give me 1 second. Beautiful. Cool, it works. Woo. Anytime, Photoshop. Anytime. Do you want a bit more music? We could have a bit more music. Yeah. How's everyone doing today? All good? It's Bank Holiday Monday in the UK. So I have a day off work, which is beautiful. Hi, Photoshop. Anytime. My laptop's not very good with like a lot of graphical things going at once. Has a good processor in it, an i7 10th gen, but graphics card's a little lacking with an MX 250. There we go. Still loading up some stuff. Guess it's early morning for my computer as well. Okay, well let's play some stuff. Beat the Reddit, obviously. We always get this one. I could set the pixels right and everything, but also I can't be bothered. So it'll be what it'll be. It doesn't matter a huge amount. Delete all these lines because I don't like these. I don't really know what they're for, and they don't seem to have anything over here, so we'll get rid of this. Beautiful. Okay, let's watch some Robot Wars and find out what we were doing.
Okay, so last time we went in for like a big fight, like a Royal Rumble type thing. We failed. We're just going to go straight back into it. It's literally the same night, the assault, sorry. Literally the same night. It's 2 rounds. First round has like 3 people in. Next round has like 6 people in. We've got our boy, the McSlam. There he is. The only slight issue we have is people can get underneath him and flip him over. But you know, it is what it is.
What were we doing?
What gave me that?
What were we doing?
There. It's like
We had a
damage.
couple fights.
Fire at just as much damage as I am. There we go, and we're done.
Go away, Creative Cloud. No one wants. No one wants.
I don't know how much damage the fire actually does. I want. There we go. You can't. Please. No. That was good. I qualified? No.
See that could be a good thumbnail in
My weapon
like in by itself because it's got like
fix that. Murdering someone over here.
So the reason this would make a good thumbnail is because it's got writing in it. It's got writing like straight across the middle. See this bit? This bit here? It's got writing across the middle. You've got your main character and you've got a lot of like random stuff going on that people can't really see. But it says too much. Like people could look at that and be like, oh, cool. Whether they actually want to watch it or not is completely different. Okay, I've been learning about this, and you need effectively like a hook in your thumbnails. Let's have a look. It's a sense of why do I want to watch this, not I'll watch this because this looks cool. It's like what is happening. Like that. That looks kind of fun. Bit of a conga line going on, but overall, really fun. But just one bot just rolling over the other three, and there's me just in the middle there. Sorry, I'm using the arrow keys to move through the thing forwards and backwards. You just see my little head going off over here. Okay. Anyway. See, again, would make a good thumbnail. I'd probably increase the size of this or rewrite it again to make it look better. But everyone would already know what's happened in the video, which would require less watch time. Whereas you could do like a thumbnail with kind of like a clickbaity thing of like, do I survive this? Question mark, exclamation point. What is that? Is that a fist or like a gear knob? I'm unsure. I could just have the North Sea with like a terrified looking face down here, so that could all be one, but it might look a bit boring. And then I could just have like a Robot Wars thing behind it. Now this would be interesting. Or something like this. I'm going to hit E and just like scroll through it, sort of bit by bit. But again, that doesn't look like the other arena, so people would be like a little bit more confused by it, and that might actually garner more views. Can't really remember what I was doing. Was I just driving around? Let's just hit play.
Oh god, they're all using saws and whatnot. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, right, I think that's my saw. Okay, right, I think that's my saw. Come on, follow me over here.
Or like that. That might actually be quite a decent image because people just don't really know what's going on. And then I could effectively add like a shunt here, and then maybe like a Matilda there. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. If we just keep going. Again, would be great, but it tells people too much. So we're just gonna... Yeah, the joys of a creative process, eh? Ooh. You see, now I could do this and just have danger like across here. That could be pretty fun because it looks like I'm getting absolutely murked. And I actually think I did. But if we just go through a little bit more, because I want like the impact point that makes me look like I'm in the most trouble. So if we just scroll forwards a little bit. You have to be a bit careful with VLC Player because it gets a little bit finicky when you're going through frame by frame. And sometimes it just really doesn't like it. So keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Just wait, just wait, just wait. I've put on some like really nice, relaxing, lo-fi, non-licensed music, so I hope you're enjoying it. You know, just add something a little new to the video. Well, to the live stream, but I always think the live streams are saved as videos, so like afterwards, so let's have a look. Okay, so I want the point where they're both attacking me. I think the house robots actually prioritize the player as well. As soon as you enter the CPZ. I don't know why it's called the CPZ. But it's this bit here. All this bit. Cool. Alternatively, we don't actually have to use any images from our gameplay. I could just create. Yeah, I could just have a picture of like a North Sea oil rig, and just sort of use that, which I might end up doing with the Robot Wars like thing behind it, and just me sort of off the side of it. Maybe we do that. I just want to see how good this looks. Ah, here we go. It's this bit where I'm like danger. But the other thing is you don't want to make your thumbnails too like noisy. Yeah, it's only for like a split second where they're both getting me. Oh wait, this might be it. No, you see, I back off. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we do the oil rig thing then. Okay, in which case. But this is why we watch the videos, is because then you can get a good amount of context on what is actually happening. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Sorry, my internet isn't really good enough for this. Or my computer isn't. I'm unsure which one it is. So I have a free content folder on this where I just have free images, so I can go on there. It's just you type in free unlicensed images and it just pops up. It's on like Google. Oil rig. Now, one like this, yeah. Although that's on the premium one. We don't want the premium ones. We want these free ones. How is that an oil rig? Okay, so for what I'm envisioning, we might have to create it ourselves a little bit. Which I think is what we're probably going to have to do. Okay, no big deal. So we need just a picture of an oil rig, but I need the actual mast in it. Maybe this one? Load more. Give me more, please. You know what I mean? Because I need something that people can look at and immediately go, oh yeah, it's an oil rig. Okay. Okay, in which case we just search for like unlicensed oil rig images. So I go free to use images. We go find another company to do this. So like I was using this one, but there's like so many you can actually use. Was it Unsplash? Was it Unsplash I was using? Recently closed. Oh. Let's have a look at Pixabay. Oil rig. Something like that would be awesome. Yeah. Maybe one like this, because I could grab like multiples of these. So maybe something like that. Or that. That's pretty good. I could make the background a lot more moody. It's a bit far away. That could look good. I just realized anyone coming in is just gonna see me like looking at oil rigs online. They're just gonna be very strange. It's just gonna look very weird. Because I'll be looking at oil rigs and being like, oh yeah, that's a good one. That's not what. But I mean, I'm creating thumbnails, so what are you gonna do? That looks good. That looks very good. Ooh. Okay, maybe we go with this one, because that one looks like a generic oil rig. The idea is I'm wanting something like this, but I want really stormy seas, and then I want like really dark skies, and then I'm just going to have the Robot Wars logo like a sun going around the outside. Are there any better? Eventually I'll just get bored and I'll pick one, just go for it. Yeah, let's go this one. I'm bored. Free download. Stop. Just give me... Right, when you're free downloading, get like a decent size. This one is huge. This one is way too big. Get like a decent size one, so I'd probably suggest one of these two. Just download. I don't want it. There we go. There we go. Lovely. Do you come with any watermarks? Questions? No. Oh, that's a beautiful one, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, right. Now we need stormy seas. We'll go for images. Unsplash, yeah. So, we're going to go stormy seas. Stormy says. That could be good. Because I could just sort of like rubber away a bunch of this. Oh. That looks really good. A little bit too... I could cut this off here. Yeah, we go with this one. I'm just going to download this one. Zoop. Lovely. So we've got that. We've got that. Ooh, that's got the sky I want. Lovely. So we're going to make this one out of like 3-4 images. Why you no download? Okay. And then I want the Robot Wars like insignia. Robot Wars. Woo! Images. Oh, it was such a good show. Oh, it was such a good show. But that's not the one I want. I want the original one. Oh, Dara. The problem with Robot Wars that I found actually was like you had things like this, which could conceivably be made by someone in a garage, and then you had stuff like this, which, like, it's just all CNC'd parts, you know. There's like barely any welding in it and stuff like that. It's not like this. See, you can see the welds, you can see like the weirdness of it all. There. I want that insignia. Do I have that actually? Do I have? I save like every image as well, just in case I want a bit. No. Ah, here we go then. Wait. Yeah, I was being an idiot. Nothing new, just by the way. Alternatively, actually, what I could just do, 1 second. Because I have the box. So I could just use that. Although I thought it was more red than that. Oh, I'll add fire to it. Okay, in which case then I'll just grab the original one and just add a load of stuff to it. Like fire and whatnot. Is that circular? Honestly, I swear, like, creating the thumbnails takes me so much longer than anything else. We are just going to save that image. There, save image. Download, sure. Downloads. Okay, right. Let's ruin our lives a little bit. Let's see if I can kill my computer. So, not oil rig. First up, I want the C. So let's go with this. Woof. Oh, are you? That is loading to do something. Do. It's a great image. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice picture. I'm just going to make this bigger. Now, for me, the sort of nice the nice blue bit here, we kind of don't want it. I kind of want it to be really dark and terrifying. So what I might actually do is just use the copy tool and just copy these all the way around. So you can use like a clone stamping tool. So if you right click on here, you got clone stamp and pattern stamp. And we go clone. If you hold Alt, so you need to create a source point. Let's make our size quite large. You see where it says there? Because the area to clone has not been defined. I want to clone like this stuff. So you hold Alt and you click. And now, look at that. Now I have like a dark spot. Yeah. That clone point will also move along with you. So if I like started here, turn it into a smart object. I actually want this bigger. I actually want this a lot bigger. Big. Cool. But you see, look, I've clicked here somewhere and I've started over here. And as you can see, it's giving me a hard line there. That's basically the computer being like, I don't really know what to do with this hard line. It's the edge of the canvas here. So you need to make sure you're getting like no edges basically. So then when you move along, see, but it only goes along with the original image. So if you're painting over it, it won't catch that painted bit. See, and then you have to click off and click again, click off, click again, click off, click again. You can get stuff that looks very like samey. So you want to split it up with various bits. So I want some of this over here now. Oh, and you see I got some of that darkness. Remember, you click, you don't drag, so you can Control-Z it. You can click sort of somewhere over here. You'd be like, boom. Click here, you'd be like, boom. Oh, disaster. Click. Oh. Okay, I know this looks a bit weird now, but then I can do this. And I can be like, there we go. And then we click down here again. So did I do all this? No. I can click like down here and just be like, whoosh. See that? And that makes it just look a lot more like awkward and terrifying. Remember, if you click and drag, it'll only take the layer underneath what you're doing now. Whereas if you just sort of like tap and tap and tap and tap and tap, then it makes it look a lot worse. Now you see how I've got like half a V here. The idea would be for me to have the oil rig in the center. So I like that this like swoops down. Okay, you can decide how you want it. I want that there. Because then it just breaks it up a little, you know? Okay, but I like how this swoops down. I don't like this bit. I don't like any of this, really. But it would look very good if I could get all of this darkness to go way up the top here. Beautiful. And then I'm going to cut it halfway there and I'm just going to flip it over. So we are going to use the rectangle marquee tool. Is it marquee? Wait, what does it say? Yeah, marquee tool. I'm going to take it roughly about halfway, like here. I'm going to drag over that bit. So now I've selected this whole area, like here. What I want to do is I want to just copy that, flip it over and put it on the other side, and then I'll rub out some of the background so that it all like flows smoothly. So Control J copies what you've got selected. I can Control T it to like grip it and move it around. Now, looks like arse, but if I right click and flip horizontal, that looks a lot better. And then I can go through and just incrementally like rubber out some of this, because although it looks good, it looks a little bit sort of weird. Okay, but the original image is still underneath this. Okay, and in fact, what I could do is I could get the original image again if I grab this and put it there. Let me do things. It's because I've got this selected. Well, if you've got a shape selected, it doesn't let you do like anything. So you have to click off the shape and then you can drag it in and it will create it on its own layer and it will put it in front. We actually want it in front. We're just going to Control T. We're going to zoom it out to the right scale. That is good. I'm going to move it up. Try and get the horizons to line up. There we go. Because now when I hit the rubber tool, you'll get this underneath it. So now I'm going to drag this down here. I'm going to merge these two layers. You just hold Control. Hold on, I did stuff too fast. So if I click one, so this will be this part. If I Control T, you can see what you've got. So grab this bit, and I'm grabbing the whole thing. And what I'm going to do is actually just hold Control, click that, right click, merge layers. And now this is all one big picture. So now I've got one picture and another picture. One picture and another picture. Lovely. So now I can go, where is it? Where is it? Rubber. I can just use the rubber. I can make it a fairly like okay size. I'll turn the hardness way down and I can just like click around. And in fact, that needs to be way bigger. Oh yeah, there we go. This way, I can get rid of that hard line in the corner. There we go. Do this, I can just sort of click around and then parts of the original image will show through, but not all of it. So any parts that look too weird, you can just click and click and click. It's generally that middle seam. That's the part that looks the weirdest. And click, and click, and click, and click, and click. There we go. And just make sure that like it all looks. See, to me, that now actually looks pretty decent. I'm just going to do that. There we go. So, original, changed. Just looks darker. Just looks nicer. Lovely. Lovely. Right, let's get our oil rig in. So we just click and drag. We put it on top. Oh, that's the C. Did I not download the oil rig? Oh, no, I did. Yes. Boop. Okay, oil rig. Let's make you extra large because we need to do some... Need to make some changes to you. Okay. Make you huge. Okay, let us select subject. So we're going to click off. Click off. Hello. There we go. Select subject. Hopefully it's going to pick this up. This is like an auto-generated thing for masking. It's got an algorithm in. It's going to look for like edges of stuff, and that's what it's going to grab. And you know, it doesn't do a bad job. Like, it really doesn't. I could grab that and then just like rub out all the light bits, which I actually think I might. I did want some of these in. Like some of these. But this is like the main part we want. So we're going to zoom in. If you hold Control and then the plus button, you like zoom in. Because Photoshop doesn't let you do normal stuff. I am just going to use the lasso tool. New selection, add selection. So because we've already got a selection and we want to add stuff to it, you're going to want this one. Right click, you've got lasso, polygonal lasso, and magnetic lasso. Magnetic again looks for edges, polygonal looks for certain shapes and stuff like that. I generally find if I just do this, because I can rub out all the awkward bits later. Ooh, that's not going to be very good. Okay, Control Z on that. The lassos also work best if you make a circle. Just FYI. So like I could, as long as it's like a track, the lasso works really well. And the thing that you've got to remember is you can always add stuff, but you can never, like when you're markings, you can always have too much, but if you have too little, you'll just lose that part. So like, I want all of this. Give me all of this, please. And I want to just connect it in back here somewhere. There we go. That's sort of got that. We'll move over to the other side. Do it on the other side. So like, I want all of this. I want all of this. Even though I'm probably going to shrink it down so small that you won't really see these. It's nice to have them just in case. There we go. There we go. So I've just added that in. Let's put all of that. These bits, which I like, and right up to the top. Yeah, lovely. I think that'll do. We could lasso out some of these bits. So you could subtract from selection. So like this bit, I don't really want this. It's either you do this now or you do it with the rubber later. So it's up to you how you like to work, really. Photoshop does give you a lot of options like that. So like this part is going to be way too light. So I don't really want that, but I do want all these jagged edges. Okay. Get rid of that. Now, you see all this metalwork here? Although it looks good, it's because the image is so big. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to cut that out because I want the sky to show up through it. So lovely. This part would probably be good for the magnetic lasso because you've got these hard edges. But also, that would require changing it, and I'm lazy, so we're not going to do that. Lovely. There's like this part in here which would be kind of awkward to rub out because there's lots of little bits around. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just don't want any of this. Yeah, I am going to have to go through and rub all of this stuff out. There's a lot of light blue here. I am also going to change the colours on this a little bit. So, let's Control J that. There we go. So now we have it just by itself. We'll zoom out. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We Control T. We put this out here somewhere. And we zoom it down. We put this like way out here. And if I wanted to, I could do some like weird stuff to this. Now, you see how it's getting pixelated as you like make it small? I can't see. There we go. You see how it's getting pixelated as like it moves around? Don't worry, because when you come out of the transform tool, it sorts that out for you. The question is how big do I want it? Do I want it like that? It's also not entirely flat, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to lean it a little bit. So if I hit enter, all the pixelation kind of disappears, and then you've just got this. I can hit Control T and it's back. I don't like the way this like leans off a little. See, because when I do that, it looks okay. It doesn't look too great, and I don't really like. Weirdly, I don't really like the C here, so we'll change that. We'll add that C picture that we had. Is it this one? Or is it this one? Is it this one? Is it that? No, that was the original one. Is it this one? Oh yeah. Okay. Now, I don't want this top bit, really. So, I'm just going to use this. I'm going to cut this whole part off. Okay. So, I just tried to select all of that and delete it. Could not complete your request because Smart Object is not directly editable. Cool. So, we need to make a Smart Object. So, in which case, we'll go the other way with it and we'll just grab all of this bottom part. And then we hit Control J and we make a Smart Object. So now I can get rid of this. There we go. Now I have this. So if I hit Control T, I'm on the oil rig. I should be on this. So Control T. Beautiful. Now I could get this and yeah, so what I could do is I could get this, I could use the clone tool and I could sort of clone it, but you would get the same pattern repeating again and again and again. Might not look too great. Instead, what we can do is if I zoom this down to roughly as far as it needs to be. You've seen me do this before, but I can right click, I can like distort, I can do the perspective stuff, but I might just make this really wide. Now, if I make this super wide, it looks weird. So, I'm going to get it to a point where it doesn't look particularly weird. I would say you could get away with that. Yeah, I might move this down because it looks a little bit... It looks a little bit too strange. Maybe... Oh, do not. Could you? There we go. So I want that. I'm going to Control J that. Control J. And Control T. I'm going to flip it. Flip horizontal. I'm going to connect it up. And then I will Control J. Click off. Click that. Control J. Where are you? You're there. And then I'm going to flip it horizontal again because it all lines up if you do it like that. See that? So that looks a lot more like watery. Looks a lot more weird. I can connect all of these together to 3. I can just merge layers. Boop. I can control T. Now you see it's like way longer now. I can right click, distort, because Photoshop hates you from time to time for unknown reasons. There we go. See, it's still too long. I suppose the best thing to do would actually be to make it too short and then just... And then I can bring this down a little bit. Now I actually like the sort of cut of the waves there. Like that colour. So we're going to try and make that colour. We've got it selected. If I go image, nope, I need to unselect it. Cool. So now I can go, see how it's really dark here. I don't like that. So we're going to use the rubber. We're going to set this way down. We're on the right layer, maybe smaller even. I'm just going to click. Now, there are ways that you can do this programmatically. But I'm just trying to get rid of that hard line that we've got up here. But I do like to split it up a little bit. Okay, right, this just looks way too light now. That's it, that's all it is. I can control T it, I can drag it up a little. Yeah, it looks good, it just looks way too light. So, we go, click off. We've got the right one selected. Don't like that. Yeah, that'll do. We go image, we go adjust. You've got all of your adjustments. Okay, you can't have anything highlighted, but then you can do all your adjustments. So white and black, color balance, saturation, all this stuff. Vibrance. I'm going to go color saturation. Now I'm going to mess with the hue. The hue just changes the color, the like main color of it. And I want it more of a like darker blue. But I don't want it to be like in the purple ranges. You see that? There you go. So that already starts to look better. We turn up the saturation. We turn down the saturation. Okay, the more down you go, so saturation is just how much color there is in the thing that you've actually selected. And then we can just control the lightness. So do I want it really blue? Probably not. I want it more of like a grayish. So we'll go for like that. I could go way down and it could be very gray. It could be black and white. But I don't really want that. So we're going to have it a little blue and then we're going to turn the lightness down, 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 down. And then up a little bit and then up a little bit. The best thing about saturation, best thing about hue, saturation, that sort of stuff, is that you can actually control it really well. And there we go. So cool. I like that. So we're going to hit OK. We will try some of the other adjustments. Just, you know, see what we can come out with. Brightness and contrast. What about if I don't want a lot of contrast? What does that look like? Just turns it more grey again. What about if I want lots of contrast? Makes it look like newspaper. What about brightness? Okay, you see I do like the sort of darker look to it. It suddenly becomes a little bit more natural looking. Cool. Right, we will grab the oil rig, which is this one. I can get rid of the other oil rig. Now we don't need that. So hit Control T. We can set it here and make this huge. What I could do as well is I could actually sink the oil rig into this a little and then just rub out the parts around it. So I can show you what I mean. So I want this oil rig to be pretty large and in charge. Let's make it giant. Let's make it massive. See this? Now the blue is beginning to show up a little bit. So once again, we're just going to edit it. Because I could go through and try and rub out all of these little bits, you know? Or I could use like a color mask or something like that. Actually, yeah, I very rarely do a color mask. What about fuzziness? Oh yeah. What do you select? Yeah, look, it's missed a load of it. That's why I generally don't use it. We can just hit Control Z. What we can do is I can just edit the colors once again. So, auto tone. Cool, well that did nothing. To be honest, I do like hue and saturation, because vibrance and saturation to me is like too awkward, although that looks really nice. And I can turn vibrance way down, I can turn vibrance way up. See, to me that looks really nice. It's just these like lighter blue parts I don't really like. Did I just cancel that? I feel like I might have just cancelled that. I am ever so quickly just going to go on here. So we're connected to this C down here. See this? You see this? See? I am just going to make the size pretty big. Really big. Okay. I'm just going to rub out some of this. That's too low. Just so it really looks like it's like sitting in the water. See this? Oh god, I don't like that blue. Ugh. Do not like all of this. I wonder if I could do color range. I really need to learn color range better. I never get this right. Say I do that. What do you select? Cool. Nice and helpful there. Okay, in which case we can go image, adjust, color saturation, and we can just in fact, if I turned saturation up really high, then when we change it, I can't see much changing. I need to zoom out. Oh, we're on the wrong one. Although that looks cool. But no, we're on the wrong one. No wonder it wasn't changing. Yeah, color saturation. Turn saturation up by loads. And then just make it like a more darker blue. And then I could just rub parts of this out. And like, look at this, look at this, look at all this. You can turn the saturation's a bit much. There you go. I want it to look foreboding. That's what we're going with. Cool. That looks good enough. I'm going to have to rub that bit out. Control T. Ooh. Yeah, you see, I like this, but now it's all just a little bit too high. You know? There we go. It's all just a little bit too high. So eventually what I'll do is I'll just select all of these and just like drop it down by a bit. Nice. But for now, it'll do. Let's zoom in and get rid of some of these really light bits. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Because it's fine to have some parts really light in this one because it will look like electric. The other thing that I could do is I could just turn the opacity down by like X amount. Let's make this really small. Oh yeah. I'm just getting like the lightest parts because they'll look weird. There we go. Some of these parts, again, it will look like electric if it's really bright, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about these like bigger spaces of blue. You see these? Like that and that. We don't really want any of that here per se, so we can just get rid of it. My hardness is set to like 0. I could get rid of some of this. Yeah, might as well, might we? Because this middle part is a little bit too blue. The problem that you'll also have is when you're zoomed in like this, you'll think, yeah, that's great, and then you'll zoom out and you'll realise that like all hell has broken loose on what you were doing. So like, for instance, if I zoom out now, I was rubbing all of that out, and like, that looks okay. There's like some weird bits here. So like, zoom out. Yeah, it looks okay. And again, I'm sure there's better ways of doing this. Do I know them? No. Should I know them? Possibly. Do I care? No. There you go. We're just double clicking everywhere. Just to like keep some of these like harder bits in. Again, things look more natural when they're not like really ironed out. You know, like you want the imperfections in there because that's what makes it look natural. You know? So like this, for instance, that second line is going to be too much. That first line is fine, but that second one, probably not worth being there. So we can just... Because that first one will look like an electric cable, and if it's got electric going through it, it will sort of lighten up a bit. There you go, so we're just clicking. I'm going to wear out my mouse at some point, I'm almost certain of it. But you just click. So now it looks weird for now, but that will look like an electric cable. And like some of this will look good, some of it will look bad. It's just a case of trial and error at this point. Now, yeah, you see all this green? We can't really have that. I could split the picture into different parts and just like change the opacity, change the hue and saturation, all that part of like this bit and this bit and this bit, but really, who has time? When that could look pretty good. You know what I mean? Cool, I am wondering if I grab this, put it above that, and then I can just rub out the parts that I don't really want. I can just... Oh, be careful when you're doing this. This is like a little public service announcement. But if you click here, outside of the circle, it starts hammering the parts that are already there. Like, it hammers the parts that are outside the circle. Which I'm not too fond of. I don't know why it decides it's a good idea, but it seems to. So like, look, I'm not actually touching these, but it's still changing them. There we go. That looks way better. Oh yeah, that looks way better. It's a bit more imposing. I could, if I wanted to, I could right click on this. I could go perspective. Then I could sort of shrink the bottom a little bit so it gives it a bit more perspective. You see that? So it looks like it's more like towering over you. That is something that you can do. You can alternatively like grab this side and you can like shift it up and down. Makes it look like it's doing an ollie. But I don't really want to do that. I think that's fine. That's fine to me. No, yes. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll control T, we'll make it larger. Because I want the end of that steeple in it, but like just. And I might put a red dot at the top of it. I want to rub this out because that's a little bit too harsh for me. And I want it to look like splash. You know, I want it to look like the sea is just like, you know, what the sea does, where it just comes up and ruins everything. Nice. Nice. I like that a lot. We can then put a huge Robot Wars logo behind it. Possibly. Or I could just have me sticking out the side of it and then like a Bash or someone this side. I think that'd be best. Also, it's looking a bit like thin, isn't it? If I control T this, right click, distort, I can make it wide. We can make wide boys. Where's that middle part? So I want that to be there. Yeah, I like that a lot. Cool. And then I'm just going to have me sticking off the edge behind it. Or like in it, and then I can just rub parts off. Nice. Let's get a picture of me, shall we? So, YouTube pics. Oh, that might be good. This one. Because it's me with like a Snapchat filter on. That one's always quite a good one to use. Where did it go? It's gone forever. That is always a good one to use. Very expressive face. Or that could be quite funny. Or that. I always make the pictures of me with me underscore, so they're all together. Recruiter's messaging me. Boop. There's not enough space. There's not enough of me in that picture. There's not enough, like, body. What about this one? Say I just did that. Say I did this. Yes, say I did this. Say I got all of these and I made them all into one big picture. And then I just used the rubber tool. No. Without me. Merge. Yeah, say I just used the... That's why you click. There we go, change it to a smart object, and then I just start rubbing this out. I could, again, mask myself out of this. But I find rubbing gives you, like, a smooth outline. Not very good if you want to put, like, a line around you. And I'll show you why in a sec. But because this makes the edges all fuzzy, let me just pop this up here. So I can click on me and I can just be like, boop, boop. So even though I can't see what I'm doing right now, when I put myself back, boop, I'm like there. Although that looks a bit weird. So we're going to actually... Right, so what we need to do, let's get rid of all this. So what I need to do is move me a little bit closer in make me a little bit huger and like a little bit more that way, because your boy's huge. And then turn you off for a second. Go to you, zoom in. Make this smaller because I want this like yellow mast thing. I want this. So, nope, Control Z. We click on me, even though you can't. Fine, I'll put you underneath. So I want to click here, I want to click here, I want to make this smaller. Click here, 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 here. I want to make this real small. I'm just going to click along here. I'll rub all this part out. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to rub all this part out. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'll show you in just a sec. I'm basically just making sure that these edges are here. So when I then go back to it, there we go. So then when I put me on top, boop, aha, and now I can just get rid of these. You could alternatively just turn the opacity down a little bit and do it that way. But this is a way to do it if you don't. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, it's just like a nub. Okay. Cool. And then I can just use this. I can rub out these like lighter bits around me because I don't want to look like I'm bursting through the clouds. I want it to look like I'm in danger. Cool. Did you see that? I got close and then I started to just click. So I can like click and drag and I can get rid of all the big bits. And then when I get towards me, I just click. There we go. Right. Again, I don't want to look like... I don't want to look all weird. So let's just get rid of all this. Like this bit. And this bit. Get rid of all these dark bits. Because I can always add those back in later. And get rid of this. Zoom out. And then I could just put the Robot Wars logo on this side. Or I could put Bash. Maybe we put Bash. Good. Do I have a picture of Bash? No. Okay. Okay, you know what? We just get Bash and we just put him on the other side, just like pointing out, terrifying, like menacingly. Whoop. Sergeant Bash. Oh yeah, that is what we want. Just make sure there's no other good images of it. Nope. Yeah, so this one we'll have to do. We right click. We can just copy and paste the image in here. Okay. Ooh, right, he's come with like a black background, which we don't want. So, again, I could rub it out, or I could select color range. I could grab this. Turn the range way down, and grab this. Select up a little bit. That's just going to grab this bit, isn't it? Yeah, right. Okay, we'll use this then. This is just the magic brush tool. It just helps you marquee everything out. It looks for edges. You have to be a bit careful with it though, because it will sometimes just be like, oh, the whole image, that's what you want. And you're like, no. It's like, yeah, you do. So again, clicks, don't drag, because you get that. You see that? It was just dark, so it's just like, yeah, all of it. I don't want all of it. I want like these. Nope. Z. Yeah, it's just decided that that is what I want. You can make the brush size smaller, and you can like, but it's just an arsehole sometimes. See, I'm literally just clicking once, and it's just like, yeah. Oh. What I can do actually is I can get the whole image, and I can just like say no to some of it, like all these black bits. But again, it's like not enjoying that. So I might end up having to use the lasso tool for some of this. Yeah, we'll use that. So we've got it all selected. Lasso tool, we do this. So this is the additional one. So I'm just going to click and drag over here. And I'm just going to make like a triangle. There we go. The lasso tool auto completes, which I really like. So we can do that, just boop, and then anything inside that will be taken over by the lasso tool. So like, I want this, I want this, I want this little bit, I want all of this. Doesn't matter if it's got some like black to it, because I can always rub that out later on. Oh, that part did not go well. I could also turn up the like saturation and whatnot. But to be honest, the only part that we're really worried about is like this metal bit here. Because I want this part with this sticking out top. So we're going to Control J that. We'll get rid of the original image because bullshit. Nope, I'm on the wrong one. Control T. It's always good to hit Control T whenever like you're unsure. Make it huge. Do that. We will see. I want this over the top of these. What I can do is I can do a note and Control Copy, Control Paste that. Did you just do what I think you did? No, stop. Control T. Oh, you didn't. Lovely. Okay. Okay, so I can actually put this in the middle, and then I can just rub out the parts that I want that has bash in it. Oh, no. Hit me. Yeah, I want the edges of my hat. There we go. Cool. So that is now me, and then this side will now be Bush. Control T. Let's have a look and see where he is at the moment. So I actually want him a little bit more pointed up. To be up like this. While we have him at the top, actually, we'll hit OK. We're going to rub out these black lines because they'll get in the way. But also, we want to get rid of all these big black bits. So you can go away. In fact, we're going to make this really hard. I'm going to make this way smaller. All of this like top bit I don't really want. I want it to just look like a gun. With like a sight on it. There we go, that looks a lot better. We'll get rid of this. I do want to get rid of this middle part, so we will... There we go, perfect. Can I just delete? I can just delete. Sometimes you can delete, sometimes you can't. It's a little weird. Beautiful. Beautiful. All of a sudden, there is our boy. Now we just stick him under there. We use the rubber. We make this not so hard, but we make it massive. Nope. because I'm still on bash. There we go, so stick him under, click on the right one, and then we just start rubbing stuff out until we see him. Why are we not seeing him? What's going on here? Oh, is it because I haven't clicked the rubber tool itself? Have you just bugged out? Have you just bugged out on me? See, like, I can see a wheel. Oh, Jesus, there's another one. What do you look like? Yeah, you look fine. So now if I click here, why are you not letting me rub out anything more? What's going on here? Come on, Photoshop. Let me do the things that I'm asking. Fine. You know what? We can do it because that layer seems to have bugged out a little bit. So in which case then we can set the opacity to like half. We can see the parts that we need to rub out and we're just going to start rubbing those out. If it lets me. Is it now just not letting me do anything? What is going on here? See, because I'm supposed to be rubbing bash out and I'm not. How weird. In which case, what about if I control JU? Yeah, I think layer 4 might have bugged out a little. Ooh! Well, actually. Okay. We Z off a lot of this. Because I can see it changing down here. There we go. We're going to delete that one. I'm going to drop this under here. We're going to click on our main layer and we're just going to rub out. And we are going to see some bash. What I do want is turn the hardness back down now. Don't know why Photoshop's being so buggy there, but you know, multi-billion-dollar company, right? Of course, they're going to have buggy software. Okay, lovely. Let's just make this smaller. Rub out all of these weird bits. Rub out this middle bit. Oh, doesn't that look better though? In fact, what I might do is I might get him and drag him a little bit further out just so people can see the awesomeness. Yeah, like that. And then I might have flame shooting out the top. Yeah, I think flames. Last little bit. This is why doing video, image editing takes so long for me. Flames! No, I want it to look like it's spewing out of a place. Flame thrower. Oop. Yes. It's perfect. Copy image. Paste the image. That's not the image. I'm going to download it. Fine. Give. Drag in. Which part do I want? I think we all know which part I want. Yes, convert to a smart image. So I'm going to get rid of everything that isn't the plane. And then I'm going to do the select subject, and hopefully it'll pick it all up. There we go. Select subject. There's literally like one thing in this. Please pick it up. Because I can't be bothered to go around and try and get all the jaggedy edges. It's better if the computers. Oh, kidding me. Okay, okay. In which case, we'll set the hardness down to like here somewhere. We'll just do this. I'll just feather off all the edges. And I'll make it small too. Make it bigger. Set hardness way down. Why does that look so shit? I'm just going to deselect all of this. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Let's get rid of these little edge bits. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's get rid of all these little edge bits, like I was saying. Get rid, get rid, get rid, get rid, get rid. Get rid, get rid, get rid. Beautiful. And now we just control T. Nope. Control J. Delete. So what I was trying to do there was that. Just trying to get this. But it was being a bit annoying. Whoop. I kind of want the flames to be like that, so we're actually going to have to move where Bash is. Oh, what I could do, which is quite fun. Click off this. We're going to select that part of Bash, and we are actually going to right click. We are going to, no, we want to T that bit. We are just going to rotate it boop, like down here, because no one knows. No one's going to see it. Like, no one's going to see it underneath this stuff. I can then just delete this. Stop selecting this, please. Deselect. Yeah. Okay. No. What are you doing? I'm on the wrong one, aren't I? Deselect. Perfect. Go to the flames. Use the rubber. You just rub this stuff out. Get right the way up to the edge of this. do that. Now, how beautiful. I will just actually rub this bit out. And then on this, I will also rub this bit out because we've moved Bash a little. Ooh. Control Z. Rub that bit out, make it all look good, make sure we can see our boy. Isn't it just beautiful? And then what we could actually do is we could give Bash like an extra thing around him if we wanted. Just by doing right click, blending options, I'm going to give him like an outline. It might not look very good. Yeah, you see? If I go stroke, it's going to set to inside. You set it to outside. Ooh. The pixels are way too big though. So we could just do that. We could change this to red. Beep. No, give me red, please. Oh, it's good set up there. Whoosh. Okay. Lovely. We get the rubber tool. We just rub out these bits. These bits that look weird. There we go. They're just leftover little bits from the original image. And then maybe I want to be yellow. Do I want a little yellow outline? Make me look cowardly? Huh. Ooh. Yeah, you see, this is why you don't want... that's why you don't want soft edges when you want to do that. Because look at that. Look at all of this. I'm like, yeah, I can rub all this out. That's fine. No, I don't like that. We'll just keep me the same. There we go. Beautiful. And then we file, we save as. No, we don't. We file, we export as, and then we call it thumbnail, whatever size. You've got your format there, you've got how nice you want it to look, the size. I could set this by 1280 by 720, which is what the actual images are, but I mean, you don't lose a huge amount by having a huge one. And then you just click where you want to go, and you change it to your size. Perfect. I'm going to do the other one by myself, but I will see you all next time because